Nek pluribus impo, everybody. It is Lungile once again with the OMU Podcast. This is episode 2, and we've got somebody, and I did have a feeling that in one of these podcasts, or many of them, I will be talking to people that I actually went to school with, and today is one of those days. Now, this guy that I'm about to talk to today, he attended Rhodes University after he left Muir College in 2003. Rhodes University did amalgamate into Forte University in 2004, and he completed his LLB degree there. He did his articles of clerkship as a candidate attorney under Wesley Pretorius and Associates, a boutique attorney or boutique labor law practice between 2011 and 2013. He was admitted as an attorney of the High Court after passing his bar exam in 2013. He then left South Africa to go venture in other countries. He moved over to Germany, where he studied a degree of did a master's degree in international and European law at the University of Saarland. I think it's Saarland in Saarbrücken. Hey, these names. At the end of 2018, he successfully completed the program. So he got his master's, and he specializes in European economic law and foreign trade and investment law. He is currently employed at Boeing, the airplane company, since 2023. So that is last year. I've got for you Mr. Lungile Maqoma, but I know him as Ukozum. Lungster, how are you?
I knew you were gonna put that in somewhere in the interview.
Because I want to get into that name as we go through. But before we do that, I want to know where you're from, where you're born, for all the younger Murites that don't know who you are.
Yes. Well, first and foremost, thank you for the delightful introduction. I feel very flattered. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me on the OMU podcast. Yeah. Where did it all start? I was born in Port Elizabeth. I think same as you.
Yes.
Same neighborhood. In New Brighton. In 1984.
Okay.
Just fast forward to that. Went to a few schools around there, primary school, before I went to Muir College in 1996. Was a hostel boy. I think the primary hostel was in Dugmore in downtown back then. And I hear that later on it moved to be at Vane's Estate.
Yeah.
It was the Sir Thomas Muir House. I was there since 1996 through to 2002, where I matriculated. And I think by then you had joined Muir College.
Yes, I had. Yes, I definitely had.
And that is kind of like my where from birth all the way through to Muir College.
Okay. So at school, when I arrived at Muir, right, which was 2001, you were introduced as Guzum because we both stayed at hostel. And I've always wondered, I only found out your name maybe like later on, months later into school, that actually your name is Lungile. So I want to know, where did this name come from? I've got a feeling it's got something to do with the Rocky Head Bush.
You said you got a feeling that it's got something to do with?
With the Rocky Head Bush.
Maybe. Yeah, because Rocky and I got to Muir exactly at the same time. And at the same year, there was a guy there by the name of Lungile Maqoma.
Yes.
They used to call him
Booster.
Yeah. He actually, if my memory serves me correct, he's the one that gave me that name.
Oh, okay.
For what reason, I have no idea till this day. But like many hostel boys, you would know.
Yeah.
As soon as you get there, within the first year, you'd be given a nickname, which seems to stick with you throughout your stay. And, so to cut a long story short, that's exactly how I got that name.
Okay.
Also, until this day, I don't know whether it's Xhosa, Sotho, or whatever.
But obviously in Germany they can't call you that.
Of course.
So talking about Germany, you have since moved to Germany. I want to know, how is it like living away from home, especially in a foreign land as far as Germany?
Yeah, I get asked that question quite a lot, and I think it's an important question to somehow address. I can just to put it in context. I got to Germany in 2000, towards the end of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, by then I was already 33 years old.
Okay.
You know, so to adjust from a South African cultural background to a European-centric background, it's quite difficult to assimilate. And like, you know, it's much easier if you come a bit younger. So the culture is completely different. The people are different. And of course, there's the language barrier.
Yeah.
And everybody speaks German here. So if you think you speak English, you'll get by. That'll only be applicable in bigger cities like metropolitan cities like Munich, Berlin, and where I am currently at now, which is the center of European finance, Frankfurt.
Okay.
So at least here you can still get a bit around with English. But I mean, to answer your question, the difficulty is just being away from friends and family. And like I said, coming to Europe at the age of 33, it's very difficult to make new friends, you know, at my, because you leave all your friends back home. But thanks to social media,
you still keep in touch.
And, it connects us. So sometimes you feel like you haven't missed much out of your friends' lives because you see it either on Facebook, on Instagram. So in that sense, that's kind of like positive. Okay. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. You and I think we once bumped into each other in East London.
Yeah.
In East London, at Buccaneers. And I mean, since then, it's been a while now. I think it's more than like 7 years or 8 years ago.
Yes.
But still, I do know that you left Bay TV where you used to work. And you're now at Kruger National Park. Even though I don't know what exactly you do there, but still at least you feel like...
even I don't know what I'm doing here sometimes.
So with social media, at least, you know, it shrinks the distance. So it makes it easier for you to not miss family so much.
Okay, so we know that at school, right, there's a lot of things that we get up to, a lot of mischief, especially if you're a hostel boy. But I want you to take me back to your fondest memories of being at Muir College.
Oh, well, that's a good question. There are so many positive ones. Let's first start with the positive ones. I know. As a hostel boy, there's way too many naughty ones to mention. So I think the positives for me was, you know, living in a hostel where I think there were at the time plus minus 80 students. You know, so if you lived in the hostel, you could any other day, you know, just throw out a nickel and you can get 15, 30 guys, and then we get a game of touch going on. And that would last the entire afternoon. If not, then there are guys playing soccer on the other side, or there's guys in the tennis courts, the swimming pool. So I really, those were my fondest memories, was the camaraderie and the friendships that you build with people. Even though you don't get to see them a lot or as much as you'd like to, when you do meet them, you still feel like you haven't missed them at all. That's like the positive part, and I remember like one story. It was a Friday. Our sister school, Muir College, had a dance or a disco. They used to call it back then. So there was a group of hostel boys that all walked together to Muir College. I think you might have been part of the group. I'm not sure.
No, I was still too young, but I remember the story.
Yeah, but then that was 2002. That was my final year. And so we go to the dance. I think it started around 8, and then by 10 it was finished, and then we all walk as a group. I think there was like about 15 or so of us. So we walk in drips and drabs. At the back, I remember there was Cedric, Muir, and Lungile Maqoma, and I think Polani was there as well. So they were walking at the back while we were walking in the front, and we walked past. Then I remember there used to be a guy I was in the choir with, Jason Flanagan, if I could. He stayed also in Vance State. So I think we were going past his house, and then one of the houses had a party. And at this party, there were Daniel Pinar and Van boys. So while we're walking, we hear a commotion at the back while we're in the front. So everybody turns around, and it's Lungile Maqoma and they settled in Norway. And they start getting into a disagreement with one of the patrons at the party.
Yeah.
And at that time, we were just at the street, so there was only two of them, and the rest of the party was inside. And anyway, words were thrown, and then fists started flying. And one of the guys who were at the party decided to go tell everyone at the party that there's a commotion. And one of our guys is getting beaten up by these guys. And then everybody from the party came out. And you can imagine, we scattered like roaches around Wednesday. I think there were like 2 people that side, 3 people that side. And what had happened, what is so fascinating about those stories is that they didn't catch one of us. They didn't even catch a single one of us. But what was so fascinating about that is that, you remember Lungile Maqoma, I mentioned him earlier on, who was there. So a few of us had made it to the hospital. So obviously went to go tell Mr. Francis, who was the superintendent at the time. So Frankie got into a bus, took 2 of them, and started, going around Wednesday trying to collect all of us.
Yeah.
And I don't know I don't know whether the story is true either. But they told me that the booster made it all the way to downtown. He was on his way to Konobu.
He forgot where the hostel was.
Yeah, so that's one of my fondest memories. I think on the Nokia side.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Now I got the chance to actually share that. I feel so nostalgic right now.
So, since you've traveled so much, right? What are some of life lessons, or what are some of the lessons that you've learned in life that you would like to share with younger Murites right now who might be watching this podcast?
Yeah. Ooh. I would say to be tolerant of people. I think one of the things I'm very fortunate about, having grown up in a diverse country like South Africa, and having gone to a school like Muir College, where you and I were at the hostel. You saw how many of us came from various backgrounds.
Yeah.
And having been there for 7 years, you got to learn how to deal with other people, tolerate them, understand their cultures, learn from them. So after I left school, I also got a chance to travel beyond the South African borders, went to various countries, met people from different backgrounds, and you turn to learn a lot from whatever they have gone through, so just being tolerant, being open-minded, and trying new things. That'd be one of them. I think the equally important is to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself, whether it be skills development, and I think now most importantly is health.
Yep.
Keep moving, keep active, because medical fees are not really cheaper. So if you invest now, job, get a hobby which influences you to stay healthy.
Okay.
I think those are the top 2, and of course read books.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, knowledge is power. You couldn't have said it any better. Yeah, I think for me those would be most definitely the top 3.
Okay, so
yeah,
we are slowly reaching the end of this interview, but
sure.
There are a few more questions that I wanna ask you. So you did mention that going to Muir College has helped you. So very quickly, name one thing that you think going to Muir College has sort of helped you craft yourself as the man that you are today.
Sure, I think that's the easy one. Discipline. Yeah. Everything. Discipline comes in various forms. When I was still at Muir College, we still had corporal punishment. Those were one of those disciplines, and the other is always be on time, having a schedule structured. Everything was structured. At the hostel, you knew what time to eat, when to wake up. Your bed was always done. Your shoes are always polished. Ties done. Shirt tucked in. All those small things. And if you keep those values with you, it'll take you a long way. And something that I did not have trouble with here, especially in Germany, because Germans are known for being very punctual. So for me, that was never a problem because on the other hand, Africans are known for not being punctual. So that's something like I think I learned and took away from your college.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
final question for you is, to date, what do you think is your biggest achievement?
Wow. Ooh, that's a difficult one. Not because of so many, but I would say during 2020, when there was COVID, when there still is, but when it broke out, I picked up a very useful and I think good hobby, which was cycling. So I started cycling a little bit, and the bug eventually bit me. I don't have one of these fancy Tour de France bikes, but I have a normal mountain bike and a city bike as well. And I have a South African friend that I met here in Frankfurt from Johannesburg, Ziad Patel. So we started cycling together, and we cycled so much that one time we decided to cycle from Frankfurt all the way to Mannheim. To give you perspective, that's 134 kilometers.
So it's from PE to, say, Grahamstown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? So I mean, we didn't have the Tour de France bikes, but it took us 8 hours flat. And I mean, by the time we got there, of course, it meant that we had to take a train back, so which was very good. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I think that would be probably my biggest
achievement.
So far. And hopefully to make more.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Maqoma, our time has finally come up. It was great talking to you, and I hope that you continue in the path that you're going. I'm sure you are a big inspiration to some of the younger guys that are out there that will be watching this podcast. You seem to be doing very well out there in Germany, so I hope that you continue in the path that you are going right now, and to bigger success in 2024.
Thank you very much, Nadia. It was a great pleasure for me to be here, and thank you for the invitation. And as Germans would say, auf Wiedersehen und bis nächstes Mal, which means cheers till next time.
Auf Wiedersehen.
And nec pluribus impar.
Nec pluribus impar, that's the important one. Thank you very much, Mr. Maqoma, all the way in Germany. You. Cheers.
Ciao. Bye.
Okay, that was Mr. Lungile Maqoma over there, all the way in Germany. You see, here on these podcasts, we aim to reach everybody from anywhere in the world. And that was one of our Muir boys, or rather, one of our old boys that is all the way in Germany. I did go to school with him, so it was a very nostalgic conversation that we had. That is the end of today's podcast, and I'm hoping to see you guys on the next one. And as always, please remain second to none. Cheers.